Good morning, everybody. Oh, oh. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ooh, we need only one more person to get 5 races. Ooh, we're so close. We're so close. Good morning, Laka. How are you today? I've got my chocolate donut on my Mountain Dew. And good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Good morning, Honora. Hello. How's it going, my dear? I hope you're having a fantastic day. It's chilly this morning. I woke up and my house was cold. It's chilly today. I'm gonna be in the hood. I'm gonna be in the hood today. Is that okay? I hope it is. I'm gonna be in the hood. Yeah, it's only supposed to get up to. It was super hot yesterday, of course. It was like 82 yesterday. And today it's supposed to get to 69. And it's like 57 out right now. So I had the freaking air conditioner going all night long. It was just on low. When I woke up and the house was really, really cold. Tylea, how you doing? Good morning. Bear, hello, hello. How are you today? Well, boys and girls, we are going to get back into Long Dark. So we got a fun day today. We're going to do some Long Dark here on YouTube this morning. This afternoon, we're going to go play some Escape the Pacific. We're also going to be getting our sponsor going on as well. We got 19 of 42, and we have 8 of 9 now who have completed 5 live races, which is so cool. We're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing Escape the Pacific. And then later today, a very special stream with Gameslift. Gameslift and I are going to be going on the road. We're going to be doing some driving. We're going to be having some fun. We're going to be hauling some loads in American Truck Sim. So it's going to be crazy. Having trouble with my ears and throat. My doctor's going to send me to something, Dr. Hope. It doesn't take long to get into him. Oh no. Yeah, sometimes the wait times on doctors can be just a royal pain in the arse. Royal pain in the ass. Alright, well, let's load on in to our Get to the Chopper attempt. For those of you who don't know, we're on day 122. Get to the Chopper challenge is very, very simplistic. It's very quick and easy to do the CSR tasks. Yes, oh, super easy. I'm actually I'm having a lot of fun with the game. Oh, ear, nose, and throat doctor. Oh, I gotcha. I thought it was an ant doctor, and you just misspelled ant with ENT, like an ent, like a treant. It was like a treant doctor. I don't know. So the Get to the Chopper challenge is very simple and easy. Astrid woke up in Hush River Valley, not really knowing who she was, not really remembering what was going on, why she was on Great Bear Island. There was a few things she remembered, though. She remembered A, she was part of a team of scientists who were doing something on the island. She's very curious about what it was they were doing, and if it has anything to do with her condition. B, if anything went wrong, she was told to get to Desolation Point, fire off a flare gun from the top of the lighthouse, and that would alert the mainland that she needed a dust-off and a pickup from Forsaken Airfield, which is where she would have to get to and bring 50 liters of fluid to the field to get rescued. So that's our goal. Those are our goals in kind of story form. So let's go. And right now we're in Ash Canyon. We're trying to find some flare shells. We're going to get our backpack and we're going to get our crampons. We're almost to the gold mine right now. So, all right. Oh, it's morning time, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, it's afternoon time. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, I was going to say, don't I have a few things that I left here? Yes, I do.
This pack is getting too heavy to...
My dear, it's okay. In my game, I'm currently in Mystery Lake. Should I stay in the area until I start running low on resources or just keep moving around? Well, for me, Pear, my philosophy with the Long Dark is move, move, move. The only reason to ever sit still in one place is if, like, you're waiting for a hide to cure or, you know, some resource to dry and you have plenty of food on hand and water and fuel on hand and ready to go. Generally, in the early game, you want to move around a lot because you have to remember everything in the game decays over time. And the longer it takes you to get from place to place, the more those items will decay, and they may not even be usable by the time you find them. If you wait till like day 100 or 200 or even day 50 or 60. Hey, Uncle Trevor, how's it going, bud? So me personally, I like to move around a lot. So yes, I like to get around. Ladies. So I would recommend moving around a bunch. Just because I think moving around really gives you the best odds of survival long term. Oh, it's accelerant. Nice. Okay, let's break that down and then let's find some stuff to drop here. I need to drop 8 kilos worth of weight. I need to drop 3 kilos more of weight. Wow. What am I going to drop? That is a question for the ages. I guess I can eat a bunch of stuff down. Right around day 25, Voyager might craft my animal clothes to move. Should I still keep a little central zone in each region with wood and water at least? Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, you definitely want to leave yourself some stuff that you can go ahead and you know, little caches of things is always good. Always good to leave little caches of things. Because that will help your long-term survival as well. Okay, so
Making my head feel thick.
I guess we're gonna start a fire here. Okay, so we got 41.72 kilos right now. What can we drop that we can get later? I can break that down into a stick. Oh yeah, totally, Pear. Don't worry about it. Oh, that was fantastic. I'm almost thinking of doing the climb, dropping stuff, and then coming back up. God, I got so much good stuff. Look at all the stuff I have. Okay, I don't need the metal. Okay, so I only need to get rid of 0.96. I drop all the water. I drop 1 piece of cedar. There we go. I'm gonna have to make water down there, but that's okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. No, because one more torch will put me overweight, won't it? Or not? Nope, it doesn't. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Can't find a battery, Milton. On my old Interloper runs. It's gonna be tough. I have no idea where you'll find one. I've only done new runs after the update was done, and I've always found one in Milton in one of the cars. I don't know where you're gonna find it on old runs at all. I'd say probably your old runs you're probably hosed on, because I have a feeling they did not take into account you having to find batteries on the old runs. And Milton was very bad. Milton was kind of a 50-50 shot always of finding batteries. And I have a feeling that you're not gonna find them on your old runs. I don't know where you'll find them. I mean, most of the old runs that I had of Interloper, I would usually find maybe 3 batteries in the whole game. Yeah, I think having extra weight on the way down shouldn't hurt you at all. I mean, I'm not talking like excessive, but I'm saying if you can still sprint, you should be able to climb down a rope with a little extra weight. I totally agree with you, Pear. Yeah, Uncle Trevor. I don't know. You have one in Forsaken Airfield. You just have to take it from there. Oh, jeez. What a pain in the ass. Yeah, I have not run any of them. I have not done any runs searching for batteries on my old stuff. Trying to do the Tales from the Far Territory part. All the runs I've done are newer ones, so. And I've always found the battery in Milton, so it's always been in a car down by the houses. I am sure I don't need to ask, but you checked all the cars along the road up towards the church, and the ones up on the bridge, the one under the bridge. You checked all those, right? Like I said, I'm sure I don't need to ask, because I'm pretty sure you probably have, but sometimes some of those things we just tend to forget about, you know? Hey, Zwire, how you doing? Hello, hello. I'm the kind of guy
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
who likes to get around. Hey, Zwire. Zwire's the kind of guy who likes to get around. Everybody gets put in a song today. Sorry, Zwire. It's not you, it's me. Take off our shoesies and socksies so our feeties don't get wet. Ah! We got more water to cross, so we're gonna go barefoot through the cave for a second. I like to get around. Exactly. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head today. I'm a wanderer. I'm a wanderer. I get around. All batteries were found and used for revolver bullets. Well, there's where your batteries are, my friend. Now, if only you could take those revolver bullets and turn them back into batteries.
Sure getting cold.
Yeah, I know, dear. Let's get this fire started here. We got a good chance of getting started. Got a candy bar there. Got a piece of cloth there. Got the lighter, the fluid there.
Perfect.
Perfect. And the best of all, this is why we came here, boys and girls. The crampons are nice, but this is the money. Sturdier backpack with all the bells and whistles. You can carry more gear before becoming encumbered. Yes, please. And just like that, we have 45 kilos of carry weight. So now we are no longer encumbered. Well, until we pick up more stuff, but at the moment, we're no longer encumbered. Until we pick that and that up. Oh, let's put our shoes and socks on. And now we'll put that on. We'll lose a degree of warmth, but that's okay. Actually, what we need to do too, while we're here, yes, we found that this is all from Ash Canyon. That's all birch and maple from Ash Canyon. That's how much birch and maple's in this zone. It's absolutely nuts. Ash Canyon is an amazing zone. Absolutely amazing zone. Now, will we be able to carry all this stuff out with us? No. Well, there's 3 ways to get weight increase. One of them is the well-fed bonus, which gives you 5 kilos extra carry weight. One of them is the Moose-Hide Satchel, that gives you another 5. And then the other one is the Technical Backpack, which gives you the ultimate 5. And so then you have 15 extra carry weight, letting you get up to 45 kilos before you can't climb or do any of that stuff anymore. So yeah, you can get up to 45 kilos now in the game. I mean, I remember when there was no way to get it more than 30. But now they've actually upped it quite a bit. Look at all those things that are really low down. Okay, so we're gonna rip that apart. But yes, if you come to Ash Canyon and you come up to the gold mine here, you can get yourself the Technical Backpack, and that will give you the extra carry weight. I mean, believe me, 40 is really nice. It's not, 40 is nothing to turn your nose up at. Somebody attacked your station in Star Trek 71 times when you were sleeping? Wow. What'd you do to them? What'd you do to them, Faith? Who hurt them? Did they show you on the dolly who hurt them? Okay, let's see what our total weight is when we have all of our stuff on us.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
All right, we're at 49 kilos. Someone's single parents are super small. Yes, they are. I just made a bunch of water because I wanted to. Let's see. So we do have this book, which I'll never read because I have level 5 already. So that gets us down to 45. I got those, which I'll not use because I don't need them. I just wanted to pick everything up that I could. Okay, I'm gonna break these torches down into sticks. I can drop the can. Okay, we're underweight now. Yes. Okay, perfect. We are perfectly underweight at the moment. Excellent. Let's, what time of day is it? Oh, it's almost nighttime. Excellent. Let's throw up a few more pieces of clothing real quick. While this just does its thing. We'll use our sewing, our kits there. Hey, I'll be the one. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hello, hello. Hope you're having a grand day and things are going well for you. We just got the technical backpack. And we're getting ready to head down into Ash Canyon again and see what we can see. And I'm trying to find the hatch here too, the little prepper's cache. I'm hoping there's one in this zone. I'm assuming there'd be one in this zone, but you know, you never know. So they could say, nah, we're gonna put one in that zone. Screw you all. Do I need to sharpen any tools up? No. No. The answer to that is no. Okay. Oh, I do need to put down all my guts and hides and stuff. And my bazillion birch that I've collected. There we go. Really? Seriously, you're gonna make me do this? Okay, so there's the bed right there. Okay. Perfect. Found the bed. Found it. There we go. All right. Let's get a nice night's sleep. And we'll get up in the morning and we'll head out of this place. Do you need Tinder at level 5? You don't need Tinder after level 3, actually. Once you hit level 3 fire making, you don't need Tinder anymore. It becomes a non... Wow, that sounds like a really bad storm out there.
I would drink just about anything right now.
I know you would, dear. That's why we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna get ourselves a thing of water right there. So yeah, after level 3, you don't need any Tinder any longer, which is really nice. Let's just pass time for 2 hours. That'll let us sleep for an hour. It sounds like the weather cleared up, which is good news. Let's get out our lesser torch. Where's my lesser torch? Okay, I want to use that one. No, I just have like 6,000 hours playing the game, so I've sussed out a lot of the little detail things. All right, so we're at 43.6. Nice. Let's grab a liter of water then. Now we're at 44.6. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm liking it. Let's just walk this. We're walking out. We aren't going to run. We're just going to walk and conserve our energy. Let's take a little drink of water. Oh, I still consult the Long Dark Wiki every once in a while. There's too much for one person to know, that's for sure. You can know a lot of things, but not a lot of things. On day 101 and 2, just killed my second moose who spawned at the dam. Are you finding the moose keeps spawning in the same spot if you kill one? If you kill the first? Yeah, moose generally don't move around once you find the place. The moose are sort of like the bears. Once you find where they will spawn, they'll spawn in that place consistently for the rest of the game. Like the bears in Mystery Lake, once you find out which of the 4 spawn points, you know, the 2 bears are using, that's where they'll always spawn for the rest of the game. And I think the same holds for moose. As far as what I've been able to tell, it holds the same for the moose as well. I'll be the one. They spawn in the same exact spot each time. Now, it does take them about 50 days to respawn, so it takes a while. Yeah, the initial spawn points for the moose are different every time. I mean, they can be different every time. It's a random generation every time you start a game up. Same thing with the bears in Mystery Lake. It's random where they'll show up, but once you find where they show up, that's where they'll show up for the rest of the game. But yeah, their initial spawn points, you never know. But once, say, in Pleasant Valley, the moose can either spawn at the Pensive Pond or over in the Birch Forest. But once you lock down where it's spawning, if it spawns at Pensive Pond, it'll spawn there. It'll spawn at Pensive Pond for the rest of the game. He'll never spawn over in the Birch Forest in that specific instance of the game. Now, the next game you play, he can spawn at the Birch Forest. The one in Mystery Lake is always annoying though, because there is a possibility I'll be the one. There is a possibility in Mystery Lake that the moose, if you get the moose and he spawns at the Carter Hydro Dam, Mystery Lake has the potential. It doesn't always happen, but it does have the potential of spawning a moose over at the Trapper's Cabin as well. The Trapper's Cabin is a wild card. And that moose can spawn, even if you get one at the dam or at the unnamed pond cabin, you can also get the one to spawn at Trapper's Cabin as well. And like I said, that's just a wild card. It may or may not spawn there. Now, if you don't have a moose at either the dam or the unnamed pond cabin, it's a guaranteed Trapper's Cabin moose, but it's the rarest one of all. It's a very rare spawn point at that point, and I usually just don't even bother trying to get the moose in Mystery Lake, because he doesn't spawn that often. But he does actually spawn sometimes, even if you do get him in the other places. Oh, there's a moose down there. Speaking of moose. He just was like, I don't care. Shoot an arrow at me, jerk. I like Trapper's Cabin for a base, backed in a corner with a lot of stuff nearby. Yeah, Trapper's Cabin's pretty nice because you can ditch over into the Milton area if you need to get a little rest or whatever, or you need a little outdoor time.
Think.
I don't even care that I didn't hit him. I just did not want him charging me. Can you get up on top of this, I wonder? Oh, but you can't get on the cliff here. Where did he go? Oh, he's just running around all over the place. Usually he chills out a little bit more. Huh. Where are you going, Mr. Moose? Oh, now he finally calms down. I see how he is. Now he finally calms down. He's like, okay, I'll chill out now. Want me to get Moose Stomp, boys and girls? Let's get Moose Stomp. Let's try anyway. Oh, yeah! As death raced down upon us, we took our last final shot and took the moose down. Oh, that was wonderful. Oh, we looked the moose right in the eyes. And we said, not today, sir. Not today. I will not go quietly into the night. Oh. Well, that worked out well.
Perfect.
Except now we have a freaking moose hide to carry around. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just shoot me now. Oh, goodness gracious. Except now we have to carry this moose hide around. Oh, jeez. And, of course, we'll probably get a blizzard now, too. That always seems to happen right after you get a moose or a bear. The weather will change. The blizzard will come. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh, shushaby. Shushaby, you'll be fine. We're cooking up some yummy moosey meats for you right now, my friend. Whoa, I almost walked into the fire. That would have been bad. For numerous reasons. Get all my bags arranged here. Or we get a storm. Grab all my... Oh, that was a bag. There was another bag laying right there in the snow. I was just trying to grab the guts, and I grabbed the bag on accident. Okay. All right. Wow. That moose was bearing down on us. That could have gone either way. I mean, honestly, that could have gone either way. We rolled the hard 8 on it, though. Ugh. Oh man, my nose is just running like crazy today. Besides for animal clothing and for crafting clothing, are animal hides not necessary to keep? Oh, you want to keep them all because animal hides you have to use animal hides to repair those clothing items up. So you need deer skins to repair your deer items. You need bear skins to repair your bear items. Really, game? What did I tell you, game? Really, game. Game.
I don't care much more.
Excuse me. Game. What did I tell you, game? I told you no. No. Bad, bad, bad video game. Bad video game. Seriously? You didn't have to prove me right, game. You didn't have to prove me right. You could have been like, you know, he called a storm. We're gonna give him a break this time. We're not gonna give him a storm. We'll show him. You could have showed me up, game. You could have been like, yeah, we're gonna show him. We're gonna make it so there's no storm for another month in game. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, luckily there's a cave right up here, but it's still a pain in the ass. Now I have to haul all that stuff over to this cave to get it harvested up.
Jeez, this is cold.
Yes, it is. But just suck it up, Buttercup. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. We got food now. We got fuel. We're gonna be. It's gonna be just fine, darling. It's gonna be just fine.
It's so cold.
So cold.
I'll lay down for a bit.
I'm sure you are. Oh, look at that. Now you're so warm. Actually, you know what? Let's go drop our meats out here first. There's a piece of cedar. Look at that. All right, let's drop the meat out here.
Damn, I'm freezing.
There we go. Yeah, we got a lot of guts on us. That is all guts that are getting ready to cure. And just so we don't have to look at them, we're just going to drop a nice big bear hide right over. Oh, no, there's no guts there. There's no mess on the floor. There's no mess on the floor, boys and girls. Don't look over here. There's absolutely no mess on the floor at all. None whatsoever. All right. Wow, 16 birch that we found. Just in this zone. 16 birch. 16. You know how many arrows that is? Hey, Emmy, how you doing? I am doing pretty darn good. We just got a moose, and guess what happened right after we got a moose? Yeah, that's right, a blizzard. Dairy Queen decided to give me a blizzard. I mean, and normally I like a Dairy Queen blizzard, like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup Dairy Queen blizzard. It's awesome. How is your new kitty doing? I hope your new kitty is doing well. You know, I like myself like a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup blizzard. I mean, they're really good. They're really good and kind of peanut buttery and yummy. But you know, I didn't want a blizzard today. Oh, Ash Canyon is amazing birch spawns. I mean, Jesus criminy. So I've got all this birch here, Scotty. Plus I've got 5 maples. Plus five maples. I mean, good lord, 5 maples, 16 birch so far, and I haven't even explored the entire zone yet. I mean, this is just what I found on the paths that I've taken already. I mean, I've hit most of the hot spots already. You know, the you know, by the miners' camp and over towards the place above the fishing hut and all of that. But I mean, I still have all the stuff on this side that goes out to Timberwolf Mountain that I haven't done. This dude's awesome. He's playing around a lot. Aww, cutie. There we go. All right. I guess let's get warmed up real quick, I suppose. Let's harvest that up real quick. I guess I can drop a few things here. Drop the pry bar. Wish there was a way to combine these, but there's not. And just so everybody knows, we still are doing our CSR racing sponsorship today, tomorrow, and today, Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. And we've hit several of our goals up there already. We have a few that we're still trying to hit. We have one, if we can get one more person to sign up, join a crew, and get to a level 7 and do 5 races, we would have our 9 people for that, which would be awesome, because that's our next soft goal that we have. The next soft goal that we have for people signing up and getting into a crew is like 42, so we're like 23 away from that, which that's gonna be a toughie. But we've already hit one of our goals on that already, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, 5 live races doesn't take long at all. And the well, I mean, it takes a little bit of time because you got to get to level 7 before you can do the live races. And getting to level 7, you know, if you're just kind of dinking around on it, does take about an hour. So it does take about an hour. Getting into a crew doesn't take very long at all. It takes literally like 10-15 minutes. 10-15 minutes, you can get to level 2 just by like doing a few of the tutorial things, and then you can join a crew, and it's super, super fast. Doing the live races does take a little bit of time. But it's not too much. And I appreciate anybody who's willing to spend the time to do it. Alright, so that we can rip apart for leather. Beautiful. And makes me sad I don't wear that anymore. Actually, you know what? I am gonna wear that just to get the little bit of warmth bonus in here. It's not very cold in here, but it could get very cold in here, and I don't want it to. I don't want it to get very cold in here. Yeah, it takes like 20-30 races to get to rank to get the live races. Yeah, yep, it's about 20-30 races. It just takes a little bit of time, and you gotta be mindful to upgrade your car so you can get through the races and stuff and get the ranks that you need. Okay, I'm gonna drop the cloth here. Drop the leather here as well. Just gotta drop in things that I can drop that I can then pick back up again pretty easily. Drop my cattails there. Drop my box of crackers. I mean, that's almost a kilo of coffee that I have on me. Actually, I think I have some big birch bark teas as well. Look at my cave. I got so much crap here. I got so much crap. Even Astrid's bored. Astrid's like, can we get done with this, please? Will you get done just like displaying all your stuff? Good Lord, Atheenon, you are such a dingaling. I'm just trying to get myself as light as I can so we can carry those bags back. What were the bags? Oh, that's the bags of meat from the moose. It's the moose meat. Hoo ha ha. When you kill an animal pair, a deer, a moose, a bear, a wolf, you have the option to do one of two things. You can either harvest the individual parts off of them, the hide, the guts, the meat, like one at a time, or you can choose to quarter the animal, and by quartering them, you get the hide and the guts immediately, but all the meat goes into bags. And those bags have a limited amount of time that they'll be good, because they do actually start to decay, just like it would if it was inside a container. So you have a limited amount of time to get those bags back and get them harvested before they go poof and disappear on you. Okay, so I had somebody in one of the comments on YouTube give me a good thing about this high. You know how the bedroll sometimes gets ruined if you get attacked outside and sitting in a cave? He said that's because the game is remembering the last time you got a save point was when you were in your bed. So he said what you have to do is pass time for an hour, and now you have a new save point that doesn't involve your bed. I was like, okay, that sounds good. So now the game is not associating my save point with my bed any longer, and it should not destroy my bedroll if I do get attacked by a wolf. I don't know if it's true or not. That's what they were saying. That's somehow tied to the last save point being your bed. So I guess we'll see.
I need to find a place to rest.
At least give me a deer hide, which is what I really want. That's what I want. What I really want. I want a yeah, let's get a deer hide. I know I'm a stinking trophy. I'm a trophy hunter now.
Did I say I hate being cold? Because I really do.
Shoot in half. Where'd my arrow go? Where did my arrow go? You get stuck in the rock? Where'd my other arrow go? Yeah, I lost an arrow. I think it went into the rock. Yep, I think that arrow went into the rock and it's gone. Either that or it bounced off. Did it go up above by chance? I don't know. That's really weird. It made a weird noise. That is really strange. Very, very odd. Okay, well, we'll come back and get that hide in a second. We're at our max carry weight right now, so let's get back. Woo! That'll give us another. Oh, jeez Louise, and I don't have it on the YouTube settings. Jeez, my goodness. My goodness, folks. Sorry about that. God, I've gone almost an hour on my Twitch settings without it being on the YouTube settings. I swear to God, at least I won't starve. Yeah, at least I won't starve. I got plenty of food. I got water. I'm a little shy on wood. I got a little bit of fuel. I'll need to go hunt some fuel down. But fuel is not like an impossible thing to get. That just takes a little bit of time. And as long as I got a cave that I can stay in, and I can cook up a little bit of the meat, that'll be good enough, you know? That'll be good enough for me. It could actually end up in the rock. I was looking for my arrows. So that, yeah. So sometimes if you're close to an object, like if you're really close to a tree and you accidentally smack the tree with an arrow, it'll actually gobble up your arrows sometimes. Same thing with rocks. They get hungry too. I mean, the rocks and trees get hungry as well. I mean, I don't blame them exactly. They need to have food too. What condition are these bags in, by the way? 81%. Okay, they're getting down there. 81% in less than a day. If those bags get to 0, the thing is that they'll just disappear, because technically the meat's inside a container, and so technically it'll just go poof and be gone. It doesn't care about your feelings. It just cares that it's at 0%. Bastard, stop complaining for a minute.
It's getting dark out here.
Okay, well, spoke too soon. At least you stopped complaining for a minute. Tylea, have a great one. We'll see you later, darling. Have a great rest of your day. Much love. Thank you for coming by and hanging out for a few. All right, we're just going to sleep for like 2 hours and get warmed back up. Then I'm going to make some water. I'm going to get a fire going and actually make some water. Now that we're actually warmed up. 124 days, boys and girls. 124 days. Gosh, this cave is a very, very short entrance to it. Oh, actually, turn it that way. She sure is more annoying. Well, I think so too, Emmy. Honestly, Emmy, though, most people love Astrid way more than Will. They hate Will. I don't know why Will gets so much hate. I personally prefer Will over Astrid myself, but that's just me. But I know so many people that just cannot stand playing Will. I mean, I personally like to play Wills better than Astrid's. It's just my personal choice, you know. But there's so many people that like playing Astrid way more. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess I wonder. I wonder, can we put a poll up in chat and see what most people play? If most people play Astrid or Will most of the time, and I'm just talking like in general. It's not like all the time, but it may be what Will's smoker. It may be his smoker's cough. It may be his smoker's cough. I'm gonna put a poll up. Which do you play more, Will or Astrid? All right, there. The poll is up. The poll's going up, boys and girls. Which do you play more? Or, you know, where you could even take that as which do you prefer? Vote now. Hey, Northern Lights, how's it going? Yeah, which character do you play more? Do you play Will more, or do you play Astrid more? And there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, I'm just curious, because I know Will gets a lot. Will gets dogged often. He gets a lot. He gets a lot of hate for some reason or another. Poor guy. He's just doing his thing, you know, trying to live his life. Everybody hating on Will. Makes me feel bad for the poor guy. I clicked wrong. Put a vote on Will. No, it's which one do you play more? Which one do you like? Which one do you actually play more? So do you play Will more than you play Astrid? So then that would be the right answer. The whiner or Astrid? See, I don't think Will's a whiner. I think Will's totally fine. Oh, why'd you click Astrid? We've been over this. We've been over this. See, I think Astrid whines more too, but I'm just curious from chat. We'll just leave it up there for a little bit. I don't think are the polls timed? Are the polls timed here on YouTube, or they just are until you stop it? Will huffs and puffs worse than my grandma. He does have a little bit of a huffy puffy. I will admit that. Yes, I will admit that he does do a little huffing and puffing. He does have his huffy puffy days. But that's part of his charm. See, that's part of his charm. Oh, polls don't seem to be timed here. I actually like that. See, I want that to be a poll for like the whole stream, see? I actually like that it's not timed. Really? You're gonna be that rock, huh? You're gonna be that rock. That rock that just is like, yeah, I'm not gonna budge. You're gonna have to put stuff on a different area than me. I tried to make your vid late last night, but it locked my computer big time. What? Really? Can't change your vote. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You just gave Astrid the win. How do you feel about that? You couldn't even control alt delete? Wow. Where's my pots at? Did I leave my... I left my pots down on that fire, didn't I? My pots are down there on that other fire, aren't they? Wow. My pots are down on the fire. I didn't even notice that until right now. Gonna drink both of those. Just get warmed up nice and nicely. Okay, let's go. Oh, and there's an Aurora out. Nice. I forgot my pot again. Yeah, well, remember the blizzard set in, and then I was doing stuff. Just started joking with my vape. I feel like, but no. Oh God, don't vape. Don't vape. I mean, well, unless you're trying to get over smoking with it. Don't vape. Vaping's bad for you. Smoking's bad for you. Putting anything in your lungs that's not supposed to be there is bad for you. I can't talk though. I smoked cigars for years, so you know. I'm not holding myself up as a paragon of virtue in this instance in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying it's not good for you. Yeah, I know I should stop. Yeah, we all know we should stop certain things, right? There's my pot.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, jeez Louise. I'm gonna take a picture of that. That's pretty. Made it to level 6 in CSR 2 last night. Nice, MX. That's awesome. That is awesome. You're almost to the live races. Thank you so much, dude. And we only have one more person needs to get to the live races to do that. You ever tried to puff or vape? No. Never appealed to me. I actually, is taking stuff into my lungs on purpose, I don't do. Cigars, I would accidentally get some. I'd actually accidentally inhale some every once in a while. And it's the most horrible feeling ever. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But no, I never tried puffing or vaping. You want to be the one? I want to be the one. Be the one. Be the one. Be the one. Hey, we were the one, MX, with the moose. Go rewind the live and see our moose kill, man. It was legend. Wait for it. And you better watch out if you're lactose intolerant, because this next part is dairy. Legendary. How long am I playing today? Well, we got about 2 more hours here on YouTube, and then we're going to be going over to Twitch, and we're going to be playing about 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours of Escape the Pacific, a little bit of CSR 2, and then Gamesliff and I are going to be doing some American Truck Sim convoy driving tonight. We're going to be convoying. We're going to go on the convoy, boys and girls. And it's going to be crazy. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it's going to be nuts. I tell you. I got my Coors trucker hat ready to go. I'll be getting my Coors trucker hat on, and we'll be yee-hawing it up. I'm going to make Games jealous of my Coors trucker hat. He's gonna be all jelly. Is Jarl? I don't know if Jarl's gonna be joining us or not. He's more than welcome to if he wants to, but I don't think he streams on Sundays at all. All right. Wait, let's get another cup of coffee. I'm staying up. I'm staying up. We're doing it. We got fire right now. We're doing it. We are doing it. We have fire. We're gonna cook up what we can. There we go. There we go. Redacted just became a four-month member of the Wolf Pack. Whoa! Poll is broken. It says more people play Astrid. I know. I can't help it. I tried to rig it in the right direction. But more people say they play Astrid, so I know it's totally broken. It's totally broken, man. Totally broken. Yes, I got my pots now. I got my pod. Yeah, it's not broken. It's working as intended. It is not working as intended. Who plays Astrid most of the time? Gosh. Who plays Astrid most of the time? Come on, let's just be real. Will is the GOAT. I mean, Astrid's lucky she's even in the game. I'm just throwing so much shade on Astrid. She's lucky she's just in the... She's lucky she's even in the game. Who plays Astrid? Come on. Eh. I know, most people play Astrid. Will's a jerk. Will's a big poopy head. He's a big poopy head. He is kind of a poopy head. I will give you that. Will's lucky he doesn't get turned in for drinking and flying. Wow. You went there. You totally went there. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my. Oh my, my, my. Yeah, it's don't drink and drive. It doesn't say anything about flying. I mean, come on. The plane does most of the work anyway. Most pilots are pretty sauced when they go up anyhow. Didn't you know that? That's how they get through it all. Alright, let's eat down our meats. Oh, you've never been on a plane? Really? I love flying. I love looking out upon the world and seeing all the little people below me. And I wave at them. I give them a wave. I go, hi everybody. Hi everybody. It's the elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, elbow, 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 elbow. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. Okay. No, not with your... Oh, I gotcha, I gotcha. I love how that says cold, but you know it's hot. Yeah, it's hot. Of course it's hot. It's going hot, hot, hot. Stepdad owns his own plane, and for the most part, has for the most part of 30 years. Wow. God, our bow is really in bad shape. We need to definitely go get that taken care of. You've never been on a plane either, Lanka? It's not that bad. I mean, I never have. I mean, for me, me personally, I never had a problem on a plane. Get all my gear. Hey, driving is fun. I love taking long road trips to Nora. That is for sure. You know, but when you have like, you know, a weekend vacation planned, or say you know, you know, when I go on a cruise or something, it's like I don't really have, unfortunately, the luxury to drive to LA to get on the boat. I sort of have to get there at a certain time and get out at a certain time, and unfortunately the realities are I just have to fly down and do it. which kind of sucks, but because I honestly I'd rather do a road trip if I could. I freaking love road trips. Like we're going down to the Redwoods here in June, and I'm gonna be driving down there. I'm actually driving my mom down there. That'll be fun. We're gonna stay at the Redwoods for about, well, probably I think it's the first week in June. So that'll be fun. I'll be taking a little time off in June. It'll be my one big vacay this year. But I will do a little live streaming from the Redwoods. Atheenon live from the Redwoods, if I can get internet. I know that music is so foreboding. It sounds like something bad, really bad is going to happen to you really quick, Endeavor. Yeah, my brother's getting married in June, too. My brother's getting married in June. Poor sucker. I mean, I hope, you know, I'm very happy for him. Nah. Him and his girlfriend, they've been with each other for, God, I don't know how many years now. And honestly, it's about time they got married. So, I mean, they're already living together, so why not? She moved in like a year and a half ago or something. There we go. 24 minutes on that. Let's get that going. So yeah, June is going to be a very busy month for me. Very busy month. Lots of stuff happening in June. So when am I getting grandkids? Oh, I have no idea. No idea. I'm not pushing grandkids on anybody. It's probably going to be a little while before I get grandkids. I'm just saying. And let's throw another piece of coal on there. We're gonna have to go out and get some more wood before we do anything else. Believe me, I'm not pushing the whole grandkid thing, Faith. My kids will have kids when they want to have kids. Honestly, I'm kind of scared for any kids growing up in this day and age, to be honest. A lot of wacky crap out there these days, in my opinion. Alright, let's get those down. There we go. Alright, so that gives us plenty of food, and now we can go exploring. Now we can go explore. What time of day is it? It's still early. I say we rest for like 3 hours. That food will get done. Let's rest for like 3 hours. And then we'll go out. Well, it looks like Astrid was in the lead. It looks like Will is catching up, boys and girls. Will is catching up. It's almost 50. Really? Really? I took a sleepity poo, and what do? You get all stormy on me. Really? Game. Come on. Come on. I did tell the Long Dark I was going to go out. That is true. It is kind of my fault. Yeah, I telegraphed it too much. I telegraphed what I wanted to do. And the Long Dark was like, hold my beer. Yeah, it is kind of my fault. I will admit that. Makes me sad, though. Makes me sad. Well, we might as well sleep for another hour. We need the rest. Yeah, I was hoping to go outside. But the game's like, nah. You don't get to go outside today. Maybe it'll pass in a couple hours. So what I'm taking from this poll is actually, despite everybody's protestations, it's about a 50-50 split between Astrid or Will. I mean, you know, I think the Astrid people are a little more vocal about their appreciation and love for Astrid than I think us players who play Will. We feel a little less confident about saying we play Will. So I think quietly we just kind of go, okay, you play Astrid more, that's fine. I just don't think we're as vocal as the Astrid players. I think it's what it comes down to. Really, the weather's gonna be like that. We don't all love Astrid, we just can't stand Will. I grant you that. That is a good point. That is a good point. It's not like you absolutely love Astrid, it's just you can't stand Will. By the way, boys and girls, don't forget to smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream, if you're having fun. Feel free always, always to chat. Ask me a question if you got one. Send a super chat. Join up and become a member of the stream and support the channel. All those good things. I appreciate it very much. Don't forget your misclicks. So yeah, it's about a 50-50. Wow. This storm. I'm getting this other deer hide. I don't care. We'll take some cold damage for it. I don't give. I don't give a rat's patootie. Yeah, you heard me. I don't give a rat's patootie. It wasn't a misclick, it was your subconscious knowing the right answer. I don't think so. Oh yeah, it's gonna hurt a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. She was just teasing you, Emmy. We know you meant Will. We know you meant Will. And anybody who's coming in, we just put a poll up asking which character you play more. Do you play more of Will or do you play more Astrid? And there's no right or wrong answer. I was curious. It was a question I posed out loud, and I was like, well, heck, I have a platform. Let's put a poll up and see what people say. I'm a man of the people. Let's see what the people say. All right. Got the other deer hide. That was the most important thing. Now we got 3 deer hides curing, which is great. Oh, it'll be fine, Emmy. Just take a couple deep breaths. You'll be okay. There we go. Perfect, perfect. All right, let's get a little food in us. And we do still have the sponsorship going on, boys and girls, so make sure you get in on that if you haven't already. CSR2 Racing. You can download it using the link that's provided there in that link right there. You can get the QR code. You can download it with your phone or mobile device. You can play it there, and it helps out the stream if you get to play 10-15 minutes and join a crew. That helps out that first goal up there. If you play it for a while longer, it's going to take a little while. It's not the easiest thing to do, but if you play it for a little longer, do 20-30 races, upgrade your car a bunch, get to level 7. It'll unlock the live racing, and then you can get 5 live races, and that fulfills our second goal. And that one is a little harder, so the threshold to get it is a little tougher. But we almost have it. We have 8 of 9 people right now. 8 of 9, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Boom. That should get us through the night. And yes, there we go. Daylight has arrived. It's time for us to go explore, get some fuel, get some other stuff. We're gonna still post up at this cave here. This is our cave. This is our cave. Let's see, those are cured. I don't think any of the guts are cured though. No, they're like at 97. 97. So we got a cured deer hide, and we got some guts that are almost cured at 97. So that's perfect. We got some birch that's almost cured. The maples are gonna take a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's all right. It's all right. It's okay. You're gonna pump our gas one day. There's a couple spots I want to check for the hatch. One of them I need to do over here. I have a feeling it might be over here, but I think I know where it might be. Oh, look at that giant piece of birch bark. Look at that giant birch bark on the ground. Now that is a piece of giant birch bark right there, boys and girls. That's a full foot-long piece of birch bark. That is not your grandpa's birch bark. That is a huge, huge piece of birch bark right there. I once found a birch bark so big, I could put my bedroll on it. What's my current goal in life? To make streaming my full-time thing. To make it actually work. And get it and build it to a point where it can be my sole income, and I don't have to, I can just do that when I retire and be comfortable enough to, make it work. I mean, I don't even care about, being rich or nothing off of it. I just want to be comfortable enough that I can do it. It's a birch boat, exactly. We're gonna pick up all the sticks out here too, because we need fuel like crazy. I was thinking maybe the hatch would be down at the bottom here, but I don't think it is. I'd say when you're young, Emmy, I wouldn't worry about having a life goal as much. Having a life goal when I was young, my life goal was to become an architectural drafter. Your life goals when you're young, honestly, for 90%, I'd say for probably 80 to 90% of the people, your life goal when you're young is sort of like, when you're 5 or 6 years old, I wanted to be a fireman, and then I wanted to go into space. When you're 17 or 18 or 19 or 20, you don't really know who you are yet. There's a few people who do, but generally you don't really know who you are yet. And so I'd say my best advice is to go out, find something you enjoy doing if you can, but otherwise go out and get a job. Get a job, just a regular old job somewhere. Work at it. Try to get better at it. And keep looking for another job while you're doing that. Maybe find something you're passionate about. And do that when you're not working. Whether that be some sort of charity or some sort of, you know, activity outside of that, you know. But I think I'm a big proponent of hard work. I think a lot of people have way too much time on their hands these days. Because honestly, we do have life pretty easy in first world countries. A lot more. A lot more than we used to. Yeah, you have to find that for yourself though. That's the thing, Emmy. You'll have to find what to look forward to if you can't work. Because that's how I got through mine. Is I just put my nose to the grindstone, immersed myself so much. See, for me, I'm kind of lucky because I have a little bit of like obsessive compulsive behavior that goes along with all my other stuff. Wow, now that is even a bigger piece of birch bark. I have an obsessive compulsiveness, and so I can obsess over something and then I can exclude everything else from my mind, and that helped me a lot. It's kind of a bad character trait in a lot of ways. It's even bigger. But for my anxiety, it really helped because I was able to obsess over my work, and to the exclusion of being anxious about stuff. I was able to basically focus I have a very soul focus type mentality on certain things, which really helps. And I know that's not for everybody. That's just for me. But that really helped me a lot, being able to just be like solely focused on something like that. But honestly, it's not a good thing. It hurts me in a lot of ways too, because I soul focus so hard on stuff that it hurts my relations with other people. It's to the exclusion, and I'm saying it's to the exclusion of everything else. It's to the exclusion of relationships. It's to the exclusion of going and doing things with friends. There's the one I was waiting for. Oh baby, we found the birch bark of all birch barks. Look at that birch. Look at that birch bark. Look at that birch bark. Now that is the ultimate birch bark. Does it all weigh the same? Oh yeah, it all weighs the same. That is the ultimate birch bark right there, baby. That's the one I was looking for. Oh look, there's another one. See, but that one's not as big. See, that one's not as big as the first one. But see, that's the thing. I'm not saying that what I did was healthy. What I did was my coping mechanism. See, there's a regular birch bark. There's the 3 stages of birch bark. It's a birchicaden. I'm gonna take a picture of that. I'm gonna post it up on the forums. Oh, that's too funny. It's the birch bark. It's the birch bark. There we go. I got 2 pictures of it. I can't see. That birch bark's too huge. Atheenon locks in the 3 birch bark. But see, for me, that's how I coped with it. Now, it did help me in the end, but I'm still an introvert. I'm still not good in social situations. And so that just, for me, is like, you know, it's just a cross I gotta bear, I guess. I'm lucky that I sort of had the 2 personality flaws like that, where I was both very anxious, but I was also soul-driven and very hyper-focused. Oh my goodness. 3, 2, 1. We got 9 live racers, boys and girls. Was that who I think MX, was that you, buddy? Was that you? I mean, it does set it to a higher goal now, but we got the 9 live racers. Oh my. Yeah, see, now it sets it up to 17. It's like, oh, you got to 9? Now you can get to 17, right? Oh, that's 8 more. That's only 8 more. You already got to 9. 8 more shouldn't be a problem. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. That is so awesome. Oh my god, is Will and Astrid 50-50 now? Will and Astrid are 50-50. Oh my. And what I came up here for, oh wow, there's another huge. Oh my god, there's another huge one. Oh my god, they're even bigger than before. Now what I've heard, that if you drop all these, good lord. Let's see, if you pick just the one up and then you drop it, I've heard it gets bigger, but maybe it doesn't. I know. I wish you could sleep under and get a warmth bonus. That'd be freaking awesome. See, I don't think this one's quite as large as that one. No, this one's not quite as big. The 4 degrees of birch bark. The 4 degrees of birch bark. Holy crap. Just when I thought I found 3 different sizes, I found 4 different sizes. And look, these kind of retain some of their size too. That is hilarious. See, I was thinking maybe there'd be a hatch up here. There's another big birch bark. There's a little birch bark. That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, maybe there'll be a hatch up here. I mean, it seemed like a reasonable place to have one, don't you think? It's like a far away up in the nowhere place. Maybe the hatch is hiding under the birch bark. It might be. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if there is a hatch in Ash Canyon. I don't even know if there is one in Ash Canyon or not. We do need to get a fire going though very quickly because we are very, very cold. See, like, there's this whole upper area up here that never had anything in it. That I was like wondering, well, thinking maybe there's a hatch up here or something. It's like I mean, it seemed reasonable that a place like this would have a hatch in it. But it looks like I'm wrong. You were wrong. Somebody camped up here before. Atheenon is wrong again. Gives you a nice view. I actually mountain goated down this one time. It was not fun. And it was in a blizzard. It was not fun at all. Not fun at all. Whoa! So I don't know if video games really help me or not.
Come on, little fire.
You versus the guy, she tells you not to worry about it. Don't worry about it. What do I think of, what do I think about what, Emmy? I think the thing that those of us who have anxiety, the biggest problem we have, Emmy, is that we overthink everything. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying I think in general we tend to overthink everything. Which you know we do consider all the options, but I think sometimes we get so bogged down with all the different options that we can take that it paralyzes us to a point that's not healthy. And I think that's something that's really that we do a lot. I play video games because I love video games, but it's also because an escape to a point to real life and anxiety, but it only works so much. Yeah, see, well, that's what work was for me. That's what, see, for me, work was an escape from reality. I could escape reality, just put my head down and do my stuff. And everybody left me alone. And I actually had a tangible sort of reward. I think that's the same thing you're finding with video games in a way. Is, see, I didn't have the option of video games. I mean, in the 80s, the video games, if you wanted to play video games, you went to the arcade. And there was, you know, and so that wasn't an option I had. But it was at the same time an escape from reality, and it was a way for me to have a tangible reward on the other end that was measurable, and I could see what it was. So, in a way, you know, it is. I get, well, I know what you're talking about, Emmy, because I get in my own head like that too. I get in my own head, and I tend to get in my own way to the point that it paralyzes me, and it sucks. I mean, I don't like it, and I know you probably don't do it. You don't like it either. But that's what I would always do to myself, is I just get in my own way. And I'd overthink things, and honestly, you have to find what works for you, because everybody, I think, with it is a little different. Everybody's a little different. You just gotta find what works for you. Because what works for one person is not gonna work for another. All right, sounds like a blizzard's coming, which is always fun. Drop a couple of these real quick. Let's heat these up. Because the weather is definitely changing, boys and girls. The weather's definitely changing. All right, let's go. Really, Emmy, you have to find something that fulfills you in life. I mean, that's the hardest part, is finding that thing that will. For me, it was work, which I know sounds weird, but for me, it was work. Work fulfilled me to a point where I could put up with the rest of the stuff because I knew I was successful at that. Now, that's not the same for every person, but that's what it was for me. But it, like I said, it comes at a cost. Everything comes at a cost. I think the thing I've taken the most is that as much as you look at other people's lives and you go, oh, that person has such a better life than I do. Nobody has a better life. Nobody in their own mind, nobody has a better life than anybody else in their own mind. Now, you know, from the outside, it always looks like the grass is greener and everybody's life is better when it's not yours, but the thing I found out is that everybody's got their own crap they deal with. Everybody's got their own issues they deal with, whether it be, you know, problems with money, problems with relationships, problems with drugs, alcohol. Everybody's fighting their own demons, and nobody has an ideal life. Even people who have a lot of money do not have an ideal life. And I'm speaking as somebody who had at one point in their life a lot of money. I was making 6 figures a year. I was doing very well by all metrics of, what society would say you were doing well with. But I was a miserable piece of shit. And I didn't like my life at all. To the point where I literally, my marriage fell apart. I had no relationship with my ex-wife at all. I had very poor relationships with the rest of my extended family. And to the point where I literally packed up my car one morning and left town and drove over 1,000 miles away to live in Denver for a month and get my head screwed back on straight. So I've been there. I mean, it was either go to Denver, go pack up my car and move out for a month, or do something I don't really want to talk about and I could get in trouble talking about here on YouTube. So it was a choice I had to make, and I'm glad I made the choice I did. I was able to get my, I worked temp jobs while I was in Denver and just kind of lived in a hotel and did my thing until I was ready to come back. But I pretty much was at the point of having a mental breakdown. And, it's hard to come back from those. But I'm lucky I had a family that supported me through it and supported me when I came back, and, I got very lucky. Some people aren't that lucky. But I still deal with it to this day. I still deal with it to this day. I would be lying to you, Emmy, if I ever said that your panic will go away one day. I'd be lying to you, and I hate to say that. I would love to tell you, yes, one day it'll just magically disappear. I have problems with panic to this day. I've learned how to deal with it a lot better, and that only comes with time and age and kind of figuring out your patterns. And I would say, a therapist can help a lot with that. Talking to somebody can help a lot with that. But it honestly, I'd be lying if I said it would just go away magically one day, because it honestly won't. But you can find. But I will tell you in the same breath that you will find ways. And trust me on this, if you want to find them, you will. You will find ways that you can work through it. You will find techniques. You will find and it will take. It's not an easy fix. It's not a quick fix. And you're gonna hit bottom a lot. You're gonna hit bottom a lot. You're gonna have to go through a lot to get to it. But you will eventually be able to, find ways to work through it and make it so it doesn't affect you as much. But it takes a lot of work, and I'm talking years. I'm not talking a quick fix at all. And I'd be lying again to you if I said there was a quick fix to it, because there's not. I wish there was. Hold on to your family as tight as you can. They're going to be your best support of anything. I know at times it's a pain in the ass. They can be a royal pain in the ass, and but. They generally will be your rock when you need it more than anything. But well, I'm not a doctor. I'm just gonna say that I'm not a doctor. I never took meds for it. But then again, we didn't have meds back in the 80s, so I mean, there wasn't that much. There was some, and I personally never chose to take meds. I don't trust Big Pharma. I never have. I never have trusted Pharma. But that I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. You must consult with your own physician about what you need to take and what you need to do. They put me on, they actually, they put me on some sort of antidepressant at one point, and I took it for about a week and a half, and I stopped. I hated it. I hated the feeling on it. It drove me nuts. Drove me absolutely nuts. I felt worse on it than I did off of it, to be honest. But that just may have been my personal reaction to it, too. Wow, look at all that cured birch we have. Nice. Oh, that's all arrows for us. That's beautiful. Oh, we didn't find the hatch where I thought we'd find the hatch. That makes me sad. We did find a lot of huge birch bark, which makes me happy. Which makes me happy. You're seeing a therapist too, right, though, Emmy? I found, see, for me, I found therapy helped more than anything. I found talking to somebody who had no stake in me other than wanting to help me, that helped more than anything. For me personally. But I've always been much more, I've been a verbal, I'm a person who verbally works things out in my head. I'm a verbal thinker. I mean, I talk to myself a lot. Even when I'm doing a project or something like that, I'll be talking myself through the steps of doing it. I'll be like, okay, I gotta put this here, and I gotta do this here. So having somebody to talk to like that really helps, because when I internally think about things, I'm basically fighting in my own head, and it makes me a little crazy. When I'm verbally thinking about things, it feels like it's actually being said and done. It's actually being, taken care of for me. But I know not everybody is a verbal thinker like that. I just am saying that's how I rationalize and deal with things. And it works really well for me. And that's the thing, is everybody in our situation is like a completely different case. That's why there's no, I hate it when they kind of make a one size fits all kind of solution, like, oh, this is the way you get over it. And it's like, well, that may have worked for somebody, but it doesn't work for me. And it may have worked for me, but it's not necessarily going to work for you. Because everybody processes and works through anxiety and depression and all that sort of stuff differently. Yes, there's common threads through it all. That I would never deny. There's common threads of things that make us anxious or depressed or that sort of stuff, but the way that we personally deal with it is very unique. Yeah, and well, and you got to find techniques to get yourself out of that wheel. A lot of time, one thing I found helpful, and I don't know if you are a verbal person, one thing I found helpful, and it's a little weird, but you know how people say you should journal, you should do a journal. I never found a journal to be that helpful. What I found to be helpful is I actually did what I called a verbal journal. And this was back in the 80s again, so you have to remember, we had very low technology back then. You can do it a lot of different ways now. But I actually had a tape recorder, and I would get cassette tapes, and I would do a verbal journal of how I was doing. And I'd talk through my stuff, and then I would listen back to it. I know that sounds completely weird. And yes, those tapes have been destroyed, boys and girls. There are no tapes staying around doing anything. But that's how I dealt with a lot of stuff back then. is I would do a verbal journal where I would actually verbally talk into a tape recorder and talk about what was going on and talk about how I was feeling. And if I had questions for myself, which I had a lot of questions for myself, I would ask them into the tape recorder. And then I would go back later, like a day later, and listen to myself. Which is kind of weird, I know. It's a little weird, but it worked for me. It helped me out a little bit. Helped me get through a few things, so... But see, that's the thing. For me, writing in a journal never helped me. I never found help writing in a journal. That was never for me. So maybe that would help you. I mean, you have a lot other, you can record yourself right on your phone if you want to these days. I don't know if I'd want to do that or not with my personal stuff, knowing how much the phone, phones mine their data and crap. Oh, I'm a little paranoid too, by the way. I got a little touch of paranoia too. I don't know if you can pick that up or not. I'm a trust but verify kind of person. But you may try that. It may help you out. I don't know. It may help you, work through some of it if you verbalize. If you verbalize your stuff and talk to yourself about it. All right, we're at 44 right now. I think I want to make a journey down into the valley. We've got 6 arrows left. I think I want to make a journey down. I'm gonna take a little bit of meat with me. We'll be a little stanky. Actually, what does that put us at? 49. Let's grab these 2 deer hides and take them down with us too. Actually, let's grab the maple and the deer hides. I got enough birch, so that's fine. Well, I'd also say try to get back into your sessions as well. Try to get back in your sessions as well. Talking with somebody can always help a lot. I always found it did. Sorry you're going through all you're going through, Emmy. That just really sucks. Because I can empathize completely with it. Because I've been there, done that. Now, there will be wolves coming up over here for us, for sure. Probably going to encounter, like, at least 3, maybe 5 wolves going over here to the angler's den. I'm not looking forward to it. Should be an interesting walk over here. Got pretty good health, though. We were able to get most of our health back, which is good. We've actually picked up quite a bit of birch bark in this zone. Big pieces of birch bark, too. Oh boy, here we go. A crisis before, or a crisis as far as what? Hey, Darren, how's it going? Whoa.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
I missed him. Got one wolf. That one ran away. That one's got my arrow. We are in Ash Canyon.
I'm too cold to think.
Woo! We tagged that wolf a second time. Oh my gosh, another person got 5 races. Would you just die, Mr. Wolf? You've got 2 arrows stuck in you now. Really? Trying to find where this arrow went. Wow. Oh, there it is. This wolf just refuses to die. He finally died. Wow. Wow. I used to. I mean, I used to have some pretty heavy ones, yeah. I don't anymore. I mean, I have some minor ones these days, but I don't anymore. I've got more. I have some minor. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have a few minor days where I know what's coming. Oh, jeez. Jesus Louises. That was a panic attack right there. I have a few minor days when I know it's coming, and I just take time off. That's usually why I will cancel a stream. I'm also 53 now, Emmy. I've dealt with this for 40 years. Like I said, it's one of those things where I personally believe with time, you can learn to manage it a lot better. It takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of consistency and effort to manage it. MX, thank you so much, man, for being the 10th. Woo! But, you know, it's one of those where over the years I've been able to, to mitigate a lot of the really bad stuff. Yeah, and as you get older, it does get a little easier. I mean, honestly, I think one of the big things is that as I've gotten older, I've realized that a lot of the stuff I used to get anxious about really doesn't matter in the bigger picture, I guess. And I think most of that is just all matter of perspective type stuff too. It's not that it doesn't matter, it's just that in my younger days, I put a lot more importance on it than it really warranted or really was necessary to put importance on. And unfortunately, there's no quick fix to that sort of thing. There's no quick fix to that sort of thing at all. It's a pretty fun game. I look forward to trying a new one. Yeah, we're gonna be trying a new one here soon, because I am gonna keep doing some sponsorships here and there. So, oh, I know that feeling all too well, Emmy. Why do you think I moved to Denver for a month? I packed up everything, left everything behind, Did not tell anybody where I was going. Didn't tell my family where I was going. I basically left everyone in the dark. Left my ex-wife, my kids, my mom, my brother, my family, my house, my job, everything. I moved to Denver for a month, just out of the blue. Didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I got in my car. I wasn't even planning to go to Denver. I got in my car and I just started driving. Wow, there was 4 fish in it. Got in my car and I started driving. I didn't even know where I was headed. I just knew I needed to get out. I knew I needed to get away. So, hey, cured deer hide, nice. Okay. Fresh one down and the fresh one down. One thing I don't have here. Don't think I have a cured maple here, do I? No, I do not. Got a pot here, though. So. Well, you're here with us, Emmy, and you can enjoy the stream and talk to us, and just, you know, that's the thing. Find that thing, like, you know, the stream right now, and just kind of stick with it, be with it. Don't, you know, try to immerse yourself in it as much as you can, and hopefully that'll help get you through a little bit. We're gonna immerse ourselves by getting a pot. I should have put, I meant to put something in the pot. I was gonna cook my moldy rainbow trout. There we go. I really have I have nothing in here. That's wild. All right, let's put our arrowheads in here. Let's put our guts in there. There we go. Let's drop our maples. Oh, we do have a maple. Oh, nice. You gotta take those small victories, boys and girls. That's what you gotta do. There we go. There we are. All right. Got all those down. Perfect. I got the cured birch there. How long do we got on that? 4 minutes till it's ready. Okay. Yep. Just give yourself time and be good to yourself. Yep. Just don't, you know, don't be hard on yourself. Be good to yourself. That's the most important thing you can do. Because honestly, in this world, you can't depend on anybody else to be nice to you. It's a harsh reality of life. You can't depend. You can try to be as nice as you can to other people as well. I think I found that to be something I strive very hard to do in life. Is I try to be as nice to people as I possibly can, because you know what? Like I said before, one thing I've realized the most in this life is that everybody has a crappy life in their own head. No matter what they're projecting outside to other people, everybody has stuff they're dealing with. Everybody has things that they feel bad about. Everybody has their own little struggles that they're going through. And it may seem like a nothing struggle to you, but to them it's a big deal. To them it's a big deal. All right, let's go drop the fish outside real quick. Boopity boop. It's the old adage of treat others how you want to be treated. All right, and we got fish. We got fish out here. We've got fish, we got meats, we got water, we got food. We can live here forever. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is I've really found, Darren, that if I'm kind to people, it's surprising how many people will be kind back to you. Especially if your kindness just kind of comes out of nowhere. Even if it's as simple as holding the door open for somebody at the store to let them in. To be like, no, you go ahead and go first. People are like, what the heck? You know, it's almost like I grew two heads, you know? I'm a freaking two-headed alien standing in front of them. They're like, whoa, what's going on here? Because you're right. Most people expect you to be an a-hole. I mean, when it comes right down to it, very few people expect you to like step outside of yourself and be nice to them. Which again goes back to the idea that as ideal as we look at other people's lives and go, oh, they're living a great life. I wish I had their life. No, not really. They got their own issues. Is there a spear in the expansion? No, there's no spears. No Britney Spears in the expansion, my friend. Britney does not exist. It's Britney, bitch. She does not exist. Hey, Mads, how you doing? I'm fine, you're a little hot. Hey, Mads. I'm a little hot, too. I'm a little hot, too, buddy. A little hot and bothered over here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a little hot. Actually, I'm a little cold. It's really cold here today. It's cold and frigid. I'm not going to say anything about my ex-wife, because that'd be mean. Hey-o! I'm a horrible person. Going straight to hell for that one. Straight to hell for that one. Just gonna make this bow as long as the game will let me. Come on, Aurora. Come on. Oh, damn it. I was hoping an Aurora would come, and then I could make the bow all night long. All night long. Night. Yeah. All night long. Little Lionel Richie for you, baby. Everyone you meet, they're dancing in the streets all night long. All night. Yeah. All night. Feel good. Feel good. Sorry, I just went on a Lionel Richie side there. I'm not sorry. Lionel Richie was awesome. Lionel Richie was amazing. He had that awesome hairdo. He had the awesome dance moves. He had the nice upbeat songs back in the day. Kids these days don't have stuff like Lionel Richie. They just got whatever that Cardi girl is and weird people. They have a bunch of weirdos. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna be honest. They have a bunch of weirdo rock stars to look up to that sing weird music. And that's oh, what a feeling. I'm dancing on the ceiling. Yeah, baby. I will be dancing on the ceiling. Hesitant to try Interloper because I love to collect stuff. My map knowledge is okay, but I'm bad in tough areas. Yeah, Interloper, I mean, honestly, Interloper's enough tough nut to crack. It's taken a lot of hours, and I'm not talking like 100 or 200. I'm talking like 1,000, 2,000 hours to really get comfortable with Interloper, because it is a tough nut to crack. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. It's neither fun nor funny. All right, let's make some arrows, baby. I'm so glad I found a red toolbox here, too. It's so nice. Our arrows will only take 45 minutes to craft. We're going to be able to make so many freaking arrows. I can only make 4 arrows. Oh, because I only have enough feathers for 4 arrows. Oh, I gotta I gotta go back up to those wolves and get more feathers, baby. We need more feathers. More feathers. What's my weight? 44? Let's drop some stuff here. I don't need that many birch bark teas on me. I don't need my cattails on me at the moment. Let's throw... I know this is all minor weight stuff. The feathers are minor weight. That's minor weight. I actually have another cured deer hide. I'm going to put the rabbit hide in there. Grab that out. I'm going to leave a little bit of cloth here. Going to leave a little bit of the leather here. I'm going to drop some of the sticks here. Actually, I'm going to drop all of the sticks here. I'm going to fix up my... I'm going to fix up my boots real quick. There we go. All I can say, Emmy, is stick with it. Stick with it at this point. Just don't give up. Don't give up. We're here for you if you need to come talk about anything. We're not going anywhere. We'll never judge you. I've been there, so those who live in glass houses have no need or right to throw stones. So we aren't going to judge you here at all. So swap to the phone so I can go lay down. Go lay down. Go get some rest. There we go. Beautiful. I do have a little extra water on me. Let's go dump that extra water off, and then we'll go pick up our feathers because we got lots of wolves that we killed in various forms and fashions. What's our weight now? 30? That is awesome. We can carry another 25 kilos on us before we can't run anymore. So that is fan-freaking-tastic. Let's leave a few more items here that we don't need. There we go. We'll leave that. We'll leave the fuel. We'll leave our pry bar because we don't need that. We'll leave a couple of our sewing kits. We'll leave one of those. Am I from the U.S.? Yes, I am. I'm from the U.S. All right. I'm gonna leave a few of the coffees here. I'm gonna leave the crampons here for the moment. Leave a few more of those, and there we go. God, look at all the matches we have now. Remember when I had no matches? Remember when I had no matches? Hey, the thing is, Emmy, I've always felt if you can't care about complete strangers, which although I know you from stream, if I met you in the street, I wouldn't know who you are. So in that instance, you're kind of a complete stranger to me for that. But if we can't be kind to complete absolute strangers that we have no stake in at all, then how can we really... If we're only kind to the people that we have a stake in, how is that really being kind? That's what you're supposed to do anyway. That's sort of expected of you in the first place. And if we can't be kind to complete strangers, it's all kind of phony otherwise, isn't it? So, can you ask me a personal question? Yeah, I may answer. I may or may not answer, but yeah, you can always ask me a personal question. I'm 6 foot. I'm overweight. I weigh like 210, 215. I'm a little on the chunky side. I've got very big feet. I wear a size 13.5 shoe. It's hard to find damn shoes in my size. Shoes that I like anyway. That's about it. Paying it forward really does work. Yeah, it really does. In surprising ways that you'd not imagine, usually. Can I describe how I was like in a bad anxiety attack? I never was shaking. I get very hot. Or not puking, but I'd get very hot and shaky. Puking was not something I usually... there was maybe 1 or 2 specific occasions where that happened, but it was usually shaking, very hot, and it more than anything, it paralyzed me. I was generally unable to do anything, even take care of myself. I couldn't, I pretty much was like I was paralyzed in bed. I was paralyzed. The inaction was the biggest thing that I had with it. Where I had very little capability of taking any action on anything. And so for me, it was usually, and also my anger stemmed from it a lot. My anger, when I would tend to get anxious, it would take very little to set me flying into a rage. So my anger was part of it as well. Is because that was one of my that's what Byron Kaler was able to help me with, is that was one of my coping mechanisms, is when I would get anxious, I would get very angry very quick, and it's sort of like I would rage quit on life, where I would just explode. You know, somebody would say the littlest thing, and I would just explode at them, and I would just unleash the full fury, the full tempest and fury. Which, you know, again, does nothing but hurt your relationships with people. I have a lot longer trigger now than I used to, but I still have that happen to me every once in a while. And when it happens, things get said and things get done that I then regret later on. But yeah, for me, it manifested in several different ways. It would either manifest in just drawing within on myself, being unable to really do anything. I'd get shaky, I'd get hot, I'd feel very, almost lethargic in a way. In some senses, I just wouldn't want to do anything. It'd almost go into depression. And then the other extreme was that when I started feeling anxious and anxiety ridden, I would lash out. I would lash out at people. And it was exactly. It was either fight or flight. That's what it was. It was fight or flight, and I went to both extremes. It would happen. It would manifest in both ways for me. Sometimes I think a lot of it was just situational, because if I was by myself with nobody around, I would generally just kind of shell in on myself. When I was out and I started to have one, that's generally when I would lash out at somebody who's around me, and take it out on them. And it didn't make it feel better, but it, momentarily made me feel better. It didn't help. So yeah, it was very fight or flight for me too. So I guess that's a really good way. I want to bury my head in the ground when I get my panic attacks. Last time I quit my job when I got it. Yeah, see, for me, my job was always the safe place. Because I've always been a very competent worker. I always went above and beyond what people would ask of me at work. Because I have OCD, and I'm kind of a perfectionist in that way. So I would always excel at work. So I always felt very confident and competent in my work capabilities. So that was always my safe space. My work was always my safe space, because I could tune everybody out, I could do my job, and I knew that if I got to a certain point, there was a certain reward. It's not really a reward, but there was a certain goal, and if I could meet that goal, it satisfied my need for my OCD, and it also made me feel, I've done it. I've accomplished it. I've made it. I've made myself, do my stuff. So for me, it was very much a confidence builder with my work, and that's, like I said, that's not for everybody. Everybody deals with it their own way. Some people deal with their anxiety. I had a friend who was very anxious about stuff, and they actually found that their outlet was in charity work. That by doing charity work, like literally working in soup kitchens and stuff, and I sort of have come to the conclusion that I think a lot of my anxiety was just not feeling like my life was feeling rather unfulfilled in life. And I think if you can find that thing, that gives you that fulfillment, it can really help you kind of steer through, because like I said, it's never going to go away. Yeah, I'm still anxious to this day. There's days I don't stream because I have anxiety. And it's not to the level that it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but I know the signs, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to stream today. I just need to take a day to myself, relax, watch a little TV, get up and work around the house a little bit, make myself feel comfortable again, and then I'll be ready. And I you know, go out and get a little shopping done, go do my laundry. I set tasks for myself because I've found that I'm a very task-driven person. That if I have, okay, I'm gonna go do my laundry, and then I'm gonna go get my I'm gonna drop my shopping list. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. You know, and I find if I set myself those tasks, I find it very fulfilling to be able to go, I got that done. I got that done. I got that done. I got that done. Now I'm going to watch a little TV and just relax for the rest of the evening. So it's taken me a lot of years to get there. And it wasn't an easy path. It didn't happen overnight. It's not like I woke up one day and I'm like, yay, I'm cured. That's a lie. And anybody who tells you you're going to wake up one day and be cured is lying to you. And I hate to say that because some of your loved ones will tell you, well, you'll wake up one day and it'll all be good. No, not really. I don't fight it as much as I used to, but they're kind of lying to you if they say you're going to wake up one day and it's all going to be good. And they're not saying it out of being mean or anything. I don't want you to ever think that. They're not saying it to be mean. They're saying it because they care about you. But I had a friend who would tell me that. You know, they'd be like, oh, just, you know, get over it. Just wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow will be better. I was like, well, tomorrow will be better is a great bumper sticker, but that doesn't really solve your immediate problems with anxiety. It doesn't make you feel better in the moment. And they aren't saying it to be mean. They're saying it because they honestly, people who say that don't know what you're going through. Dude, Emmy, I had zero confidence in myself when I was growing up too. I didn't have a date. I wanted to date when I was in my teens. I didn't date anybody till I was in my 20s. Literally. You want to talk lack of self-confidence? I didn't date anybody until I was in my 20s. I never felt confident enough to talk to girls. I had a few friends that were girls, but I never had confidence enough to ask anybody out. I had low self-esteem. I love the idea of being in love with somebody, but I was very, very low self-esteem and zero confidence. That's why I wrap myself in things that I could be confident about. I wrap myself in work. I wrap myself in my job. I wrap myself in comic books. I wrap myself in sci-fi and fantasy and my books, because that was a safe space for me. While all my friends were out dating in their teens, I was home alone. So I know what it's like to have zero confidence. And I know what it's like not to like yourself. I went through my entire teens and early 20s in that sense. In that way. So believe me, I know where you're coming from. Believe me, I do. I'm not just saying this. I know I've been there. I've lived that life. It sucks and it feels horrible. But I can say confidently that there is a way out. That you can make. The biggest part of it is you just have to start accepting yourself instead of beating yourself up all the time. Because I beat myself up so much in my teens and 20s. Looking back now, I'm like, God, I wish I could go talk to myself from then and give myself a little bit of wisdom. Because I did. I spent most of my teens and early 20s beating myself up for not being good enough. And, you know, and I wasn't real nice to myself. Yeah. Yeah, being comfortable with yourself is the biggest key of all. And there's no roadmap to that. And it's going to be different for everybody. Because everybody's a little different. You got to find what makes you comfortable. Like I said, I have a friend who has anxiety, and they've found comfort in being themselves by going out and doing charity work. And they find it super fulfilling. They feel good about themselves. They feel like they're making a difference in the world. They feel like they're helping people out, and for that fulfills them in a way that nothing else does. For me, I like to work. Oh, and driving. I found driving to be a very good thing too when I was younger. For me, driving was very relaxing. I would go on hour-long drives out into the country and just drive around with no place in mind. I'd drive around, I'd go find a nice quiet spot out in the country and find some place I could just hang and nobody would be around. And for me that was very, very nice. I liked that a lot. So there's lots of little things you can do. Yeah, doing stuff for others is always a great feeling of work. Well, and see, for me, I found that joy in retail because I liked helping customers with figuring out how to fix their problems. I always felt like, oh well, I'm helping them fix their problems. I don't have to worry about my problems as much. So for me, that was very comforting to be able to help other people with their problems. Now I know the landscape of retail has changed. I'm not talking about big retail though. I'm talking about small retail, like ma and pa retail. And most specifically, you know, working in the comic book shop. Because people would come in, they'd ask my advice on what they should buy. They'd ask how this, you know, how a new comic book was. You know, they were looking for my expertise on it, which also fed my ego, which is a good thing. We all need our egos fed a little bit here and there. So, you know, it fed my need for that, and it made me feel good about myself, and you know, that helped a lot. I do not like that chair there. That chair has to go. Whoa, it is dark in here. It is really dark in here. I was like, I can't see crap. Ain't seen nothing. Okay, I'm gonna drop the guts here. Oh, look at all these nice hides we got here. We got more maples cured. Oh, we even got another maple cured. Oh, snap. We got maples and birch for days. I tell you, days. I even got more feathers. I got more feathers now too. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna take the guts out and take that out, and then I'm gonna put the feathers in there. Oh, look at that. We got arrowheads. We can make another 4 arrows. We can make another 4 arrows now. Look at that. How the hell are we gonna get all this stuff out of Ash Canyon? that's what I want to know, is how are we gonna get all of this out of Ash Canyon? It's honestly getting a little ridiculous. We've got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Get out of here. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. You talk about it as long as you need to, Emmy. It's not a big deal. We're here on YouTube for another half hour, so you've got all the time you need. There we go. Boomity boom. And if the stream ever stresses you out, you just need to turn it off, take a break. You know, we only need 7 more people to get five races in. We only need 7 more people. 7 of the 19. That's all we need. We need 7 of the 19 to get 5 races in, and we'll have it all. We'll have it all. All right, so we repaired all of our stuff back up. What's our warmth bonus now? 25. 25 degree warmth bonus. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Oh, I am going to take my sweatshirt off, though, because now I'm actually starting to feel warm in here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Perfect. Like my Batman shirt. It's got the Joker at the top. Or the Joker right there. Doing his thing. It's got all Batman's villains on it. The big skull. A big skull. Got that at the comic book shop. A lot of my shirts came from the comic book shop. That's how I roll. All right, let's repair this up real quick. There we go. Wow. Who's my favorite superhero? I know it's kind of a standard answer, but okay, so first of all, you have to separate them between DC and Marvel, because DC and Marvel are completely different. Completely different. For DC, I'd say it's Batman. And I'm talking old detective Batman, old school detective Batman. Where, you know, yes, he had a few gadgets, not as high tech as he is now, but he had a few gadgets, and he was, you know, but it was the detective type Batman. For Marvel, I'd say it's probably Wolverine. Love Wolverine. Love the X-Men, honestly. The X-Men was my jam for a long time. Uncanny X-Men especially the old Chris Claremont run of X-Men back in the day, which is what they took all the movies. All the movies are based on all of Chris Claremont's work. The Phoenix Saga, Days of Future Past, all of that is Chris Claremont. Well, I mean the stuff with Apocalypse is not, but yeah, I'd say give it a try. Martian Manhunter's great too. I like I'd say Justice League. I love the Justice League team. The old school Justice League with the Trinity, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Hawkman, Flash, Plastic Man. I mean, Justice League has had a lot of different members over the years, but love the old school Justice League. Love their villains. Back in the day, they had. I mean, it was great. It was great stuff. Find my toolbox. There's my toolbox. Get my workbench. Well, are you going to be driving or are you going to be riding? I wouldn't recommend it if you're going to be driving. Spider-Man? I like Spider-Man. He's not my favorite, though. I like Spider-Man, though. I mean, I love, There's my Spider-Man poster. The Kraven's Last Hunt poster. Spider-Man started to go downhill when Todd McFarlane started doing them. I'm just going to say it. I'm not a big fan of Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. I know that is a very controversial statement. I didn't appreciate it as much when it was so... I'm more of a story-driven reader. I don't care about the art as much. I mean, there is art that is absolutely horrendous that I won't read the book if it is. But I've always been more of a story-driven comic book reader than an art. I forgive a lot of art if the story is really phenomenal. And I just didn't like the Todd McFarlane run. I think the art was fine. I just don't think the stories were as good. I'm driving, but I think it would help me to extend. Yeah. I mean, if you think it would help you, you have to be the judge of that. For me, it always helped. But I can drive basically on remote for the most part. But I just wasn't a big fan of the Todd McFarlane stuff. I wasn't a big fan of Spawn. I thought Spawn was an interesting idea in the beginning. The original concept of Spawn was kind of cool. You had this superhero where he died, he came back, he was sent back with like a timer, and every time he uses his powers, he basically dies and goes to hell, is sent back to Earth with basically a clock, a timer on himself. And every time he uses his powers, it lowers his powers get used up, and when his powers are completely used up, every time he uses his powers, he basically ticks off a little of the clock that's going to send him back to hell. He's really powerful, but the more power he uses, the closer he gets to going back where he doesn't want to go. And so he kind of has an incentive not to use powers, but then he kind of did away with that, and it was like, oh, okay, whatever. But I thought it was a cool idea and concept when it began. I've ever played DC Universe? No. I had a friend who played that who was very wrapped into it, but I personally have never played it. Okay, we have a few more places to check for a hatch here. One of them is over in this canyon over here. So we're gonna go check in the canyon. I don't know if it's gonna be over here or not, but we're gonna go see. It probably isn't, but you never know. I've seen him in weirder places. So hard to not... The Joker? Old school Joker was pretty good. They kind of... I don't know. Over the years, they've had so many iterations of the Joker. I mean, I've never been a fan. I mean, I've never been a fan of the bad guys. I always like, I mean, the bad guys were always like, you know, they were what made this, I've never been a fan of the sympathetic bad guy thing. I think that's a horrible trope. The whole, oh, well, they had a bad life, that's why they're a bad guy. It's like, well, you know what? Lots of people have had bad lives and made choices where they're not bad guys. Batman had a bad life. He had his parents murdered right in front of him. Superman had a bad life. He had his whole entire planet blow up and was orphaned. You know, it's like bad choices lead to bad people. And so I've always not felt that people were beyond redemption, but choices matter. And if you make bad choices and you do bad things, well, then you're a bad guy. And I'm not sympathetic. And I hate the whole trope of, oh, well, you just have to understand the bad guy. They didn't have all the options or whatever. It's like, well, there's lots of people in the world who don't have options that do just fine. And again, it's a matter of personal choices. I hate the taking of personal responsibility out of the picture. And that's what a lot of modern writers do is there are no real bad guys or good guys anymore. Everybody's a shade of gray. Everybody's a shade of gray. And it's like, well, nah, I mean, there are shades of gray, yeah, but you either lean towards the good or the bad. There's very few neutrals out there. Oh, I love Thanos. The whole idea behind Thanos was that he was in... I mean, and see, Thanos was a bad guy. Thanos is a bad guy. I mean, in comic book-wise, the reason he did the Infinity Gauntlet was not to make half the universe happy or whatever BS they came up with in the movie. The reason he wanted the Infinity Gauntlet is he was in love with the actual physical character of death. And he wanted to kill the entire universe as the ultimate sacrifice to attract her attention. That's what the mad god Thanos wanted to do. That was his end goal, was to destroy the entire universe, because he tried to do it. Thanos would destroy entire worlds, try and kill millions and billions of beings to try to satisfy death and make her take notice of him. And she never would. And so the mad god Thanos, the mad titan Thanos, decided, well, I definitely am not doing it on a big enough scale, so I am going to get all of the gem stones and put them into the gauntlet and basically destroy the entire universe for her, and that will make her notice me. And there were characters along the way, like Drax the Destroyer, that were specifically created to stop him with no other goal in mind than to stop Thanos. Adam Warlock was created to bring an end to that as well. Both of them major players in the Infinity Gauntlet saga that never got played out in the movie version because reasons. So yeah, I mean, Thanos was a great villain. He was a great villain. That they kind of nerfed in the. They kind of made him the sad man. He's sad, man. Thanos was never sad in the comic books. Thanos was a badass in the comic books. He was a badass. He was not somebody to be taken lightly. All the sticks, lovely. And we got the cave. And no hatch. I figured I'd come down to the cave here at least, even though there's not a hatch down here. I figured there wouldn't be a hatch, but hey, look, we got some wood and a medicine case. Look at that. Let's get warmed up here real quick. But yeah, Thanos is great. I mean, Darkseid is awesome. You think Long Dark will do a second game? Oh yeah, they've already talked about doing their second game. Oh wow, it's storming Norman outside. Well, that's not good. Glad we got a few cattails and stuff to keep us over. It's storming up a storm out there. Excuse me there. I had to blow my nose real quick, and I didn't want to put that on stream. Sorry. Yeah, see, for me, the last Joker movie, Emmy, I didn't enjoy that one. I mean, I know it was critically acclaimed and everybody loved it. I was honestly just kind of bored throughout the whole thing. It was a great performance and stuff, but you could have called that movie anything. You could have called that movie My Day with split personalities, and it would have been the same thing. For me, it wasn't. It was an okay movie. I didn't think it was as good as everybody else. My son loved it, and I'm in the minority here, and I know that. I think it's a fine movie. Don't get me wrong. It's just not. It's not a superhero movie. It's not an origin story. It was okay. It was okay for what it was, but I just wasn't it. I wasn't that impressed by it. And that they're doing a second one just blows me away. It's like, why are you doing a second one? Why? Oh, because it made a bunch of money. And it was cheap to make in the first place because nobody wanted to make it. I will give them props that they did something that nobody else has ever done. But honestly, I guess for me, I don't need origin stories for bad guys. For me, origin stories for bad guys, I just don't care. I don't care about, generally, I don't care about origin stories for good guys once I've heard it once. I mean, whenever they do a new Spider-Man, they always have to do an origin story again. It's like, we all know I don't think there's anybody out there who doesn't know Spider-Man's origin at this point. Can we just jump into it when he's already, like, fully fledged superhero? Batman, same thing. Superman, same thing. We all know these origin stories. Can we just jump into it when they're a full-fledged superhero and just have them go fight some bad guys? That's what we want to see. Yeah, he got bit by a snake. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix was a great Joker. Joaquin Phoenix was a good, see, for me, personally, Jack Nicholson, best Joker ever. I'm just gonna say it. Jack Nicholson's Joker was, mwah, chef's kiss. I loved it. It had that sort of comic vibe. It was kind of funny, same time kind of horrible. They're doing a second one with Lady Gaga. Oh, God. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord save me. Save me for the things. Did I like Venom? Not really. That movie just... I don't need stories about villains. And I hated Venom in the comic books. I thought the black costume was a cool thing. I thought that was a cool storyline they did. Because I thought that was a very interesting, the symbiote and stuff. I liked Venom as a bad guy, who was basically like Venom. The whole thing with Venom is that since the black costume had been with Spider-Man and had been kind of symbiotic with Peter Parker for so long, that when Eddie Brock was basically like, basically his spider sense could not sense when Venom was going to attack him. So Spider-Man was at a big disadvantage against Venom because the costume could basically like nullify his spider sense in a way, where Venom could get sneak attacks on stuff on Spider-Man, which is virtually impossible. Spider-Man, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. But Spider-Man always holds himself back. That's the thing, is Spider-Man in the comic books always holds himself back because he's afraid of his power, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for our heroes to be hesitant about using their power because they realize how powerful they are and that if they mess up, they could hurt somebody. It's a good thing for that. Now, there's a couple issues of Amazing Spider-Man where Firelord, who is a herald of Galactus, imbued with cosmic power, Firelord comes to Earth, and Spider-Man goes toe-to-toe with him. And Spider-Man actually lets loose and actually beats the crap out of a herald of Galactus. I mean, because when Spider-Man goes full tilt, there's not a hit that can touch him. He is basically immune from damage at that point. His spider sense goes off so quick, and his reaction time is so fast, he dodges everything. But at the end of that fight with Firelord, they had literally destroyed like 20 blocks of New York in their fight. And that's what Spider-Man's always afraid of. That's why Spider-Man always holds back, is he knows what can happen if he doesn't. And that's what makes him a true hero. But yes, he's gone toe-to-toe with the Herald of Galactus and whooped his ass. I mean, well, and Superman too. I mean, that's the thing about Superman that makes him so amazing. And they've delved into that in some of the darker stuff in the Injustice series, where Superman basically takes over the world and Batman has to stop him and blah, blah, blah. But I'm tired. The anti-hero thing I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of that trope. It was fun for a little while, but it just kind of got old after a while. But that's the thing that makes Superman such a great being, as a great superhero as well, is that he knows that if he slips up and flicks somebody the wrong way, he could kill them if he does that. And so he holds back. He forces himself to hold back. But that's the true mark of most of the heroes in most of the universes. If taken to the extreme, you know, they become the Hulk. They could do immense damage and cause immense harm, but they choose not to. Which makes them superheroes. That makes them superheroes. And that's what I grew up. I grew up with those superheroes. I love those superheroes. I think I related to Batman a lot just because he was kind of a, you know, other than having a lot of money, he was just a dude. He was a dude who's in peak physical shape and can fight really, really well. And he also has a brilliant mind, which lets him plan ahead to the point where even creatures of the power level of Darkseid are afraid of him because they know that Batman always has a plan. He's like the Cylons. He's got a plan. He's like playing 4D chess, and he's got a backup for his backup. If this goes wrong, he's got a backup for that. He's got a backup for this plan and for this plan and this plan. And so even Darkseid is afraid that Batman will somehow outwit him because Batman is always thinking 20, 30 steps ahead and looking at all the outcomes and all the possibilities and figuring out how to take his opponents down and strategically, you know, playing that 4D chess with them. And I think that's one thing I always loved about the old school Batman, is he wasn't just running in fists flying all the time. He was hiding in the shadows. The bat signal was not for summoning Batman. The bat signal was to put the fear into the criminals in Gotham, because they knew when they saw the bat signal that somewhere out there Batman was hunting and Batman was coming for them. Batman's all psychological. Batman is the psychological warrior who psychologically screws with everybody's head. And in an outright fist fight, he's not, I mean, yes, he's good, but he can be overwhelmed. He can be beaten down. Bane broke him, literally broke him, because physically he's not that strong, but he's always got that plan, you know? That's why I like the alternate ending of Batman versus Darth Vader, where Darth Vader's like, you know, Darth Vader in the end, he's like, did you really think you could beat me? And Batman just under his breath is like, that was never the plan. And then he's frees Superman, and Superman comes and whoops Darth Vader's ass. I mean, you know, that's the thing. Batman knows his limitations, and he lives within those limitations, which makes him a great superhero like that. He knows that he's limited by certain things. He knows he's outmatched by certain characters. But he figures ways to work around that instead of going toe-to-toe, which makes him a very powerful character in and of himself, because you know, a great thing to know about yourself is your own limitations. If you think yourself unlimited, if you think yourself unsinkable, then you're going to be the Titanic. I mean, it's that whole whatever it's called, hubris, you know, the hubris of thinking you're undefeated, you know, that you can't be defeated, the hubris of thinking that you're unsinkable, that you're unbeatable. There's always going to be somebody out there who's stronger, faster, maybe even smart, you know, and even smarter than you. And if you accept that and you try to work within those bounds, then you'll probably be successful yourself. If you try to make yourself the best, you know, in something, you can probably be the best in something, but you're not going to be the best at everything. Being the best at everything is a virtual impossibility. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is I grew up with these superheroes. I love what the superheroes stand for. I love what the superhero tropes stand for. I think they're valuable. I mean, comic books and American comic book heroes are modern American folklore. In 2,000 years, or in 1,000 years, or in a couple hundred years, you know, Superman, Batman, you know, those will be the things that people look at as the folklore of the 20th century. You know, that they'll look on that like we look on, you know, Paul Bunyan and Davy Crockett and things like that from the 1800s. They will look on that as the American folklore from the 20th century. And those heroes have achieved will have achieved that status. And that's the legacy they'll leave behind, I think. All right, let's take down this shelf too. Why not? We're just chilling out here, having fun. We're breaking down everything in the building that we can. You can take that shelf too. I'm gonna run out of water, ain't I? Yep, ran out of water. Ran out of water. And for me personally, comic books were a large part of my life. They were a large part of me coping with life. They were a large part of me accepting myself with my flaws. Because all of the heroes in the comic books were flawed in one way or the other. I mean, I really admired that they had a character like Tony Stark, who was an alcoholic in the comic books, who actually had to give up his mantle for a while because he was so much of an alcoholic. I mean, you know, they showed. I mean, they think showing flaws in heroes is like a new thing. Like this whole trope of, oh, we're gonna show the heroes as being flawed beings. They've been showing heroes as flawed beings for decades. They've been doing that since the 70s. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're not reinventing the frickin' wheel. It's been done. It's been done before. They never like announced it as much or praised it as much or patted themselves on the back as much for it as you do now. But that's all the narcissism of the modern era that we live in, is that when you do something like that these days, you post it up on social media and go, look how wonderful we are. We're celebrating this flaw in this person. It's like, they've been doing that. You aren't reinventing the wheel, dudes. They've been doing that for decades. They just weren't so narcissistic they had to congratulate themselves every time they did it. They did it, and they let people go, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. Back in the day, people were narcissistic, but they didn't have an outlet like Twitter, you know, and all the social media that we have today to basically go out and proudly display their narcissism for the entire world to see. I think that's the big difference. And I'm not saying stuff was better back in the day or anything like that. I'm not proclaiming that. There was crap that went on back in the day too. But there was a lot less outlets. And I don't think there was as much. I don't think there was as much. I don't know, almost propagating of bad ideas back in the day. Oh yeah, well, back in the day, people didn't understand comic books back in the day. Blur, people didn't understand, you know, really what comic book readers liked. I mean, they just looked at us a bunch of man children, and it's like, well, yeah, you know what? I'll embrace the inner man child. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. Judge me all you want. I don't care. But no, I love going to the comic book with. Comic books were the highlight of my youth. I mean, I read comic books. I worked in the comic book industry from the time I was about 15 till I was in my early 20s. I had a few jobs otherwise, but I got my first job in a comic book shop at 15. Took a little time off after that, but then I got back into the comic book shops when I turned 17, 18. I got back into them. Worked in the comic book shops till I got married, moved to Idaho, opened my own comic book shop. We moved back from Idaho. I started working at the comic book shop again. I collected comics. I've actually probably, like, I've owned more comics. I've actually lost more of my comic book collection than I have. I've probably owned in my life total 40, 50, 60,000 different comic books. I only have about 9,000 currently that I currently own, but I haven't collected comics for a long time either. I still go to trade shows and stuff and find comic books every once in a while that I want to collect. but it's mostly 80s, late 80s, you know, late 80s, 90s stuff that I like, because it's like what I'm filling in my collection with. But I have some stuff like, oh, let's see here. Rip George Perez, baby. Rip George Perez. So this is one of my beautiful books. It's the George Perez Storyteller. George Perez was one of my favorite comic book artists back in the 80s. Did such great works. Let's see, which one do I want to choose? Of course, I wedged everything in. Did such great works as Crisis on Infinite Earths. One of the best. I mean, look at every. I'm gonna go big screen on this. Look at every single character on that panel right there. George Perez was amazing. He could draw every single character that you could want. He would draw every single character, and you could tell exactly who they were. You could tell exactly who they were just looking at it. This is the Absolute Edition. But check out that cover right there. Death of Flash. That was like the biggest thing back in the day. Oh my god. When they killed Flash and Supergirl in Crisis on Infinite Earths, that had never been done before. Look at those interior panels. Look at that interior artwork. Blue Beetle, Pariah, Superman from Earth 1 and Earth 2. Oh, so gorgeous. Look at that. There's even Uncle Sam, Shazam, Blue Beetle. Oh, it was awesome. Oh my god. It was amazing. Oh my god. That picture of the Spectre at the end there. Oh, damn, look at that. That is some George Perez loving right there. Oh, that's some George Perez loving right there, my friends. But yeah, George Perez, one of the greatest comic artists of all time, passed away just recently. Broke my heart when he passed away. All the greats are going, man. All the greats are going. Yeah, the Absolute Edition. I picked that up a while ago. Okay, Ben just texted me. Good. But anyway, that's gonna bring us to a conclusion today. Sorry I got off on a comic book bend. I could literally go on about comics forever. Also, Kingdom Come. If you've never read Kingdom Come, that is an amazing story. Oh, I love the Spectre back in the day. The Spectre was awesome. He'd go track down criminals and meet them out their just desserts. But everybody, thank you so much for coming by today. I'm going to be over on YouTube in about 10 minutes or so. Or on Twitch in about 10 minutes. We're going to do some Escape the Pacific. We're going to start with a little bit of CSR 2 racing, and then we're going to do some Escape the Pacific. And then later today, Gameslift and I are going to be driving some trucks and doing a little driving in the American Truck Sim. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. Emmy, I hope you feel better today. MX, thank you so much for being here. Nora, thank you so much for being here. Thank you everybody for being here. I hope you all had a good day as well. I hope you continue to have a good day. If I don't see you over on the Twitch side, I'll see you next weekend here on YouTube. And thanks so much for coming by today. Thank you for all the likes and everything. I appreciate it. And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.